Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness
You still like this song, don't you?
I love it, yeah.
Very good morning to you. Joining me in the studio is writer, author, guru, self-help guru, all-round good egg. Yeah?
Yeah.
Jam tart bringer.
Yes, add that to the list.
It is Peter Jones here with the Happy Club. Hello. I love that. You still like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Happiness is to you.
We'll have more.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
There we go. That's
I like
what
the
it
end
is.
as well. I
Yeah.
like the way you've edited that.
I just turned it off, to be honest.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Trade secret.
Now, you are in the studio. Joining me today is Peter Jones. As you know, Peter Jones, author. You can find him on Twitter. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him everywhere.
everywhere.
PeterJonesAuthor.co.uk.
Yes.
Writer of many books.
Yes.
List them out.
How to Do Everything and Be Happy. That was my first one, and the most popular one, maybe. No, maybe that's not the right word. And we followed that up with How to Eat Loads and Stay Slim.
Yep.
And then there's How to Start Dating and Stop Waiting, which is my most recent one, and
Yep.
the companion guide that goes with that, From Invisible to Irresistible.
Yes, which I've read, and boy,
Yeah.
does it work.
Yeah, you're now irresistible.
I am active.
You are a man
Sorry,
magnet.
I am a man magnet. I can't help it. That's the
Yep.
way I am. Thanks very much to Peter.
But less about you.
Less more about me. About you.
But we're here to. But this is Happy Club, isn't
Yes.
it? This is which is a
Positivity.
spin-off from How to Do Everything and Be Happy,
Yeah.
where we talk about ways to make yourself happy.
Now, you were talking, the question of the day which I put out there for
Yeah.
people is random acts of kindness.
Yeah.
So we wanted to hear from you if you've done random acts of kindness, which it seems most of you have, or you've had random acts of kindness back to you, because there's some interesting scientific research into the effects of randomly helping out other people.
Yeah, I came across this a little while back. It's some research done by happiness researcher Sonia Lyubomirsky. I probably
Does
completely.
she just say her name that slow when she introduces herself?
I can do the first part of it, Sonia, but it's the second part, Lyubomirsky.
There we go, lovely.
That's better, isn't it? I should have practiced, really. And she did some very interesting research into random acts of kindness. This is, where you do small things for individuals or strangers or whoever. And what she did, she discovered that there is truth to the thing that your mother has always told you, that it's better to give than receive.
Yep.
And she took two groups of people, okay, and one group of people, they did a random act of kindness every single day. And they did that for sort of like 5 days. And the other group of people, they did nothing for 4 days, and then on the 5th day they did 5 acts of kindness on that one day. And one group of people, and they registered how happy they were feeling every single day, and one group of people was significantly happier than the other group. Which group do you think that was?
Over the days, probably, because they felt better on the days, not on... I would have thought that. Really.
Yeah, so would I. No. It's the people who did five random acts of kindness on the one day compared to those who did it each and every day, which is very counterintuitive, isn't it? Now, and I thought we'll talk about that a little bit in a second, but first of all, I thought let's take apart this whole random act of kindness and what random acts of kindness actually are. If you look at the word random, okay, this basically means that it rules out doing anything for anyone who's asked you to do something, or doing something for somebody because you feel like you're owed. You owe them a favour, or they've done a lot for you, and so you're returning it. So if you're doing something for somebody based on that criteria, then it's not a random act of kindness. For instance, there was somebody on Facebook this morning who said, well, if you want to do a random act of kindness for me, then I like jewellery.
That was Gabby. Poor Gabby's out there listening. Sorry, Gabby.
So if anybody goes and buys Gabby jewellery, okay, that's not random anymore. No. So unfortunately, that's not going to work.
She'll feel better, but you might not.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But if somebody asks you to do something as well, or you feel obliged, then that's not going to work. The random act of kindness tends to work better if you're doing it for a complete stranger, or the person you're doing it for isn't expecting it. Then that's a random act of kindness. So, for instance, on Facebook this morning, there were people who were talking about how they've seen somebody in a cake shop, who hasn't got quite enough change to buy somebody a cake, so they sort of like chip in and say, look, here's the extra money, or look, I'll buy that cake for you, something like that. That's a good random act of kindness. Or somebody else was saying how there was kids at the swimming pool and didn't have enough money for the locker, or you know, or discovered they needed £1 to put in those blasted lockers in order to lock the thing, and a random act of kindness would be giving somebody that. So that's what we mean by random. Okay. And kindness, on the other hand, tends to be can be a pretty broad thing as well, because it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be something something very, very small. All it actually needs to do is just give somebody a bit of a lift. You know, make them feel a little bit better about themselves, and then that counts as an act of kindness. But the reason why I was excited about this research, going back to what we were talking about a moment ago, is the fact that if you do 5 acts of kindness on a day, it works better than doing a random act of kindness every single day. And so, me being me, in my diary-obsessed way, what I've tried doing recently is booking a random act of kindness day into my diary, say like once a month or once a fortnight or something like that, and on that day trying to do 5 random acts of kindness. It is actually quite a difficult thing to do, and of course if I started telling you what I did for somebody as well, it sort of ceases to make it random, and it ceases to have the effect as well. But it's something I've been trialling, and it does seem to have you do actually feel pretty good about yourself by the end of the day. What did we have any other comments?
We're just going to go to Bob. Let's have a quick look. What's Bob bought here? I can't say it, shall I? What random acts of kindness have you done for a complete stranger, and what reaction did you get? Or did you do something for you out of the blue? You can punch me like, what's he putting? What are you on about? Molly said, I do love this, love doing random acts when they make somebody's day, as it makes me happier. So I guess somewhere it's a bit selfish.
Yes, I suppose it is. I mean, my if you think about it, my entire motive for sort of reading the research and then booking a random act of kindness day in my diary and then doing this thing it is a selfish thing. I'm doing it to make myself happier. So I suppose in a weird kind of way it is. But on the other hand, you know, when we think about selfish acts, we normally think there's one person benefiting and another person sort of losing out. And if that's a better definition of being selfish, then this isn't, is it? This because it's a win-win situation. Both people are winning. So it might feel a bit selfish in some respects, but I don't think it is.
Denise has said, I tend to buy old ladies, as you mentioned, cakes in cafes. I think it's a family tradition, whether they want a cake or not, and that is actually my sister. And funnily enough, when I was out with my other sister, we were in Marks. It was quite a couple of years ago, actually, but there was a lady there. It was in Marks, as you queue up, because it's quite expensive, by the way. I was getting a coffee and a bit of cake and buying it for me, mum and my sister, because I was very generous at the time. And the woman in front of me, she went, oh, I'll have that, and she put it back. She went, oh no, I'll just have the coffee. And I thought, so I picked the cake up and put it, and I paid for it, and I went over and said, there's your cake. She went, oh my God, that's really lovely. What? And I said, don't worry about it. And then she came over and gave me a boiled sweet out of her purse, which was a random act, actually, random act of, I don't know what it was, but I thought, thanks, put it in the bin. Do you know what I mean? It came out of her purse. That was
boiled sweets out of old ladies' purses are best avoided.
It's best avoided. But I have to say,
it was a nice thought.
It was a nice thought, but I actually got a random act of kindness from somebody that I really, really like. I won't say his name, but he sent me a book in the post to read, which is a kind of spiritual book. I don't know him that well, but he sent me the book, and when it arrived, I kind of went, oh my God, that's really, thank you ever so much. And it made me feel absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure that he sent it for the positive reasons. So it's just a really nice thing to do. Well,
I'll tell you this one. One of my favourite things that I like to be both the recipient and the giver of is, you know, when you go to a planned display car park, and you're only going to be there for 10 minutes because you just got to nip it over the road to the post office.
I hope you rip it up. I hope you rip up the ticket you've got. Don't give it to anyone else.
No, I don't just give it to somebody else. I mean, that's what I'll have a look around when I get back in my car, see if anybody's turned up, and sometimes go over to them and say, would you like this ticket? Otherwise, what I'll do is actually use the sticker that you're supposed to use to stick it to the windscreen, stick it on the slot where you put your money in, so the next person comes along, they say, oh, there's a ticket here. I've done
that's
that quite a
nice.
few times.
I might try and do that with an out-of-date one and see if people get their cars towed away. Don't you, if you want it to be completely horrible.
You know,
Sorry, I'm not
you're
talking
undermining the whole point of this slot on your show.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Right, shall I play a little bit of music
Yeah,
just while I
I'll
get myself
give you a
together?
slap.
Thank you. And then we'll be back with Peter Jones talking about more random acts of kindness, not random acts of hatred.
Yes.
Sorry, that was not.
Clap along if you
We can't play it again.
feel like a room with
Why not?
It's over enjoying
It's
us.
your show.
It is. Well, it's our show, darling. It's our show.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Now, I'm joined in the studio by the fabulous Peter Jones, author, writer, and self-help guru. Oh, I can't eat another jam tart.
Provider of jam tarts.
And provider of jam tarts, which are absolutely gorgeous. Now you can check Peter out, all the W's, peterjonesauthor.co.uk, and check out all of his books as well, which I've read. Not all of them.
Have you read all of them?
No.
No.
I'm still through how to do everything and be happy.
Okay, cool.
But I am very much happier since I've read your relationship book, and also it is true because your attitude to the way the way that you behave.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds really easy, but it isn't. It's having a positive attitude even when
Yeah.
things around you fall into bits.
Yeah.
And that's what attracts people to you.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah, we were talking about that a moment ago, weren't we?
Yeah.
And on my monitor at home, on my computer monitor, I've got this sort of banner, and it says something like, "It's no problem, really," you know, and it's that casual kind of like laid back. Yeah, no problem. Even if you don't actually, even if you're not naturally that kind of person, because
Yeah.
I'm not naturally that kind of person, believe it or not. But you know, it's that whole fake it to make it. You sort of like have that attitude, and then it works. I'm full of the buzzwords, me.
Fake it to make it. I like that
I'm
one.
almost like
That's how I behave to
I'm
everyone in
almost
the
like
studio.
a proper happiness guru and everything.
That's how I pretend when I talk to like the salespeople and that. Fake it to make it.
Yeah, I actually, talking about a proper happiness guru and everything, we're totally off topic now, it doesn't matter. I'm officially approved as a Women's Institute speaker.
Oh.
I had an audition a couple of weeks ago. Was it
Yeah.
a couple of weeks? 2-3 weeks ago, yeah. And 60 odd ladies, and they'd seen six. It was
Odd
like
ladies. What do you mean? What's wrong with them?
No, I mean it was about
60
approximately
plus, 60
60
plus.
ladies, and it was like X Factor, because there was like I was the last on. They'd seen 6 talks throughout the course of the day, and you know you could see there was slightly, oh my goodness, another one. How many more of these we've got to do? And I had to audition in front of them. Yeah, it was great. It was good.
Lovely.
It was fun.
You get a round of applause.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, several actually. I've never had that before. Yeah, several round of applause. It was good.
Excellent.
It was good fun.
Now we're talking about random acts of kindness.
Yes.
We want to know what you've. No, we haven't got anyone that's actually had a random act of kindness.
What recipient of
a recipient? But we
yeah.
did. We were talking. We heard from Anva about the letters.
What? Right.
You did not write that down?
No, I didn't write that one down.
Rude. I've got to look for it now. Now, I've just closed it. He said, I do them as often as they come along. It's nice and unexpected and leads the recipient to doing so more in the future.
Right.
So that the person that you sent it to would. He said he sent a book, a gift to a friend in the mail out of the blue. Actually,
Yeah.
a letter. I still write to family and friends, and with a fountain pen, I'm old-fashioned that way.
Yeah.
So that's his little gift.
Actually, that's just reminded me. I am the recipient of probably, lots of random acts of kindness, but one that sticks in my mind after the example that you just gave is that my mate Paul, he sent me a jar of chili sauce through the post. It just rocked up one day. It said, I saw this sauce and I thought you might enjoy it.
Oh.
A jar of chili sauce. Yeah, I know.
That's
And that
nice.
really lifted my day. Actually, that was.
It would do,
Yeah, it was a good one as well. Yeah, I can't say the name of the sauce over the air because it was a bit rude, but it was
Right.
it was a cheeky sauce in more ways than one.
Bob said, I try to when I can. Last one is when I bought an M&S sandwich
Yeah.
and a drink for a homeless man and left the change in the bag. He was so grateful. I thought he was going to follow me home, and it made me feel good. Oh,
Yeah, I
Bob.
bet.
No, lovely.
Yeah, it's nice actually.
That's
yeah.
nice.
I heard about somebody who came back to their car and they had a piece of paper tucked under the windscreen wiper saying, "I saw the parking warden coming and you hadn't got much time left on the meter, so I put another hour on there for you."
Oh,
That's good, isn't it? Because I mean, that's
nice.
something what you're talking about, like I don't know. 20p probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they have even parking meters these days?
I
But
think they still do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
yeah. Or the thing my brother does as well, which I think is quite nice, is that when he's finished reading a book, because he used to travel all over the country by train quite a lot, and when he finishes a book, he just leaves it there.
Doesn't he
And-
write something in it? Like,
yeah. He says, "Please take this book," or "Please, enjoy this book," and he just leaves it on the seat for the next
And then
for the next
rips out
person.
the last page. I'm sorry,
He probably would. He probably would do that.
Sorry, I've got the wrong idea about this random act of kindness. Sorry. Connor said, I once stopped my car in a sudden downpour to give a man who wasn't wearing a coat a lift. He lives in Islands, County Wicklow, so stay
it rains all the time.
Don't try that in Dagenham.
Yeah, if you stop for everybody over there, you'd never get anywhere.
He said it turned out he was staying at my relative's bread and breakfast.
What were the chances?
What were the chances of that?
You see, now they could have gone so wrong, couldn't it? Because if he'd just driven past that person,
yeah,
and he turned up at the bed and breakfast, and like half an hour later, this drenched person turns up and goes,
yeah.
"You're the person who drove past me."
He's not in Belfast, love. He's in Southern Ireland.
Oh,
it was a good answer though. So, what is coming up for you next? What are you up to with your? Are you out promoting, or what books? Because are you not writing are you writing a romance or something?
It was supposed to be out for Easter, but it hopefully will be out in the next few months.
Yeah.
It's my first work of fiction called The Good Guy's Guide to Getting the Girl.
Am I in it?
No, it's a work of fiction.
No, I know, but I want you to know if I'd be a character in it. If you've got my personality.
It was written a long time ago.
No, you're not in it.
And I'm letting you down gently.
And still I push.
And it's kind of a romantic comedy. It's kind of a Bridget Jones's Diary, but from a man's point of view.
Yeah.
And that should be coming out fairly soon.
Do men wear special pants on a first date?
Some men do.
Yeah.
The character in this book doesn't.
Commando.
I don't think I actually go into any details about his pants.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. There is a chapter where I mention his boxer shorts. So there you go. Who knew? But
we just wonder if men have the same concerns, because when women go on a first date, it's all that sort of like shaving and waxing and fake tan and basically.
Absolutely, that absolutely happens. It's that horrible bit where you're sitting in front of the wardrobe, wondering what to wear, and you're essentially trying to construct. It's the equivalent of trying to construct a nuclear reactor from a box full of old pinball machine parts when you've got no idea really what a nuclear reactor looks like or how it works, and all you're trying to do is just put together an outfit which you look mildly presentable in, but you're hoping actually what you're wanting is that is going to result in sparks of passion maybe later that evening or perhaps another time. We're rubbish when it comes to that. Well, I am anyway.
I think I read the other day, which I quite like, men when they go to bed they wake up and they look exactly the same in the morning, whereas women deteriorate overnight somehow, which I quite like. Was that on your page? It was somebody's page, so it's just women seem to deteriorate overnight, and it is true, because by the time you take off the hair, false lashes, false nails, fake tan, it's like you're laying next to somebody, went to bed with Bernadette, wake up with Bernard. I
don't think it's necessarily true, but it's funny.
Oh, thank you. Right, I'm going to play a quick song before I go over to news. Thank you very much. You'll be back in another couple of weeks?
Yeah, a couple of weeks, maybe, if you like, or next month.
Next month, all right, well, don't rush. So rude. What's wrong with you today? Really aggressive. Right, do you like Kasabian?
Yes, very much so.
This is called Easer.
Brilliant.